Archangel Michael says, "Listen carefully, because what I am about to reveal cannot be ignored. A very big problem is coming your way, and it is unlike anything you have faced before. The person you trust deeply, the one whose presence has been a source of joy, comfort, or companionship in your life, is preparing to say goodbye forever. This is not a small, fleeting issue that will pass unnoticed. God says, you must open your heart fully and prepare your spirit, because the truth that is arriving will shake the foundations of your life, your emotions, and the trust you have placed in those around you. Open this right now, without delay, because hesitation will only prolong the pain that is unavoidable. This message is not merely a warning, it is an urgent call to prepare your mind, soul, and surroundings for what is about to occur. The energy surrounding you are shifting dramatically. The bonds you thought were unbreakable are being tested, and the divine forces have now revealed that a farewell is imminent. God says, you have been patient, kind, and faithful, yet even your unwavering devotion will be challenged by this moment. Archangel Michael is crying loudly as he speaks to you now, his tears of fire illuminating the seriousness of what is about to unfold. He says, this is no ordinary goodbye, it is a divine turning point in your destiny. The person who is leaving is not doing so lightly, and the reasons behind their departure are far deeper than you may understand. Prepare yourself to face emotions you may have never experienced before. There will be moments of confusion, heartbreak, anger, and disbelief, and these feelings will surge like waves crashing upon the shore of your heart. God says, do not fight these emotions, allow them to wash over you, for they are purifying you, preparing you for what is to come. You may wonder why this is happening, and your soul may scream for answers. Archangel Michael says, the answers will come, but not in the way you expect. This departure is a divine intervention, a test of faith, and a necessary event to bring clarity, growth, and spiritual awakening into your life. The person leaving is acting out of their own path, their own choices, and their own destiny, which now intersects with yours in a way that requires separation. God says, you are not to blame, you are not the cause of this departure. The fault does not lie within you, even if your human mind may try to convince you otherwise. Archangel Michael says, do not allow despair to take root, do not allow your heart to harden. Instead, embrace the lessons hidden in this farewell. Every soul crossing your path leaves behind a gift, even when they leave in sorrow, even when their goodbye seems cruel or untimely. This is a time for courage. God says, stand firm in faith, even as your mind races with questions and your heart aches with longing. Archangel Michael reminds you that the angels are surrounding you now, shielding you from harm, guiding you, and preparing you to receive the revelations that this departure will bring. The person leaving carries with them the energy of endings, but God says, every ending is simultaneously a beginning. What you perceive as loss is a doorway to profound transformation, spiritual alignment, and destiny fulfillment. Pay close attention to the signs that will now appear in your life. God says, you will see omens, symbols, and moments of synchronicity that confirm the divine orchestration behind this event. Archangel Michael says, notice the small things, the repeated numbers, the sudden encounters, the dreams, and the quiet nudges of your intuition. These are not coincidences. They are divine messages guiding you through the storm. You may feel abandoned, but you are never alone. God is with you. Michael is by your side. Angels are encircling you. Every tear, every sigh, every pang of sorrow is being noticed, recorded, and honored by the heavens. Prepare for the confrontation that may come before the farewell. The person leaving may express themselves in ways that hurt or shock you. God says, do not react in anger or despair. Archangel Michael says, speak from the heart, speak with truth, but do not allow fear to control your words or your actions. The universe is watching, and your response to this farewell will determine the spiritual rewards and lessons you receive. Even if betrayal is involved, even if deception surfaces, God's justice and divine timing will handle all, and you are to remain centered in faith, calm in spirit, and unwavering in love. Remember that closure is not always immediate. The person leaving may disappear without explanation, leaving questions that feel unbearable. God says, this is part of the plan. Archangel Michael says, do not chase what is meant to leave, do not cling to what is meant to go. There is wisdom in surrender, in releasing attachment, in trusting the unseen hand of God to guide the unfolding events. What feels like loss now will reveal itself as a profound gift later. Your destiny cannot be interrupted by the departure of any human being, for your path is divinely protected and guided. You may feel anger, frustration, or even resentment at this departure. God says, these feelings are natural, but do not let them consume you. Archangel Michael advises that you transmute these emotions into prayers, into acts of love, and into silent acknowledgments of the lessons hidden in pain. Every sorrow carries within it a seed of awakening, a spark of divine insight, and the potential for a higher understanding of life, love, and the eternal connections of the soul. This farewell will trigger reflection. God says, look closely at your relationships, your choices, and your inner state. Ask yourself where you have held back, where fear has kept you from truth, and where love has been withheld. Archangel Michael says, be honest with yourself. There are answers you have avoided, lessons you have postponed, and truths you have hidden even from your own heart. This departure is a divine mirror, reflecting not just the actions of others, but the inner world that now must be healed, purified, and aligned with your higher purpose. The days ahead will feel heavy. God says, you may cry, you may scream, you may question every moment you shared with this person. Archangel Michael says, allow the grief to come, but do not let despair root in your soul. For every tear is a cleansing, every pang of heartache a purification, and every sigh of sorrow a preparation for your spiritual evolution. Open this right now, and know that divine support is surrounding you, shielding you, and preparing a pathway through the darkness that is coming. The departure may reveal hidden truths. God says, secrets that were kept, lies that were whispered, and intentions that were hidden will now rise to the surface. Archangel Michael says, brace yourself, but do not fear. What is revealed is necessary for your awakening. What comes to light is not to punish, but to liberate. Your heart may feel heavy with betrayal, yet the truth is a tool of freedom, a torch that lights the path ahead, guiding you to clarity, discernment, and spiritual empowerment. You are being called to rise above human emotion, to see with the eyes of God, to hear with the ears of divine wisdom, and to act with the courage of Archangel Michael himself. God says, you will need to forgive, not for the sake of others, but for the liberation of your own soul. Michael says, hold fast to faith, even when the goodbye feels like an end of all things. Trust that God's plan is flawless, that the universe conspires for your good, and that the person leaving is stepping into their own journey, just as you must step into yours. The next moments will be intense. God says, prepare for confrontation, prepare for revelation, and prepare for a test of faith that will define your spiritual future. Archangel Michael cries loudly, warning you, do not ignore the signs, do not dismiss the nudges, and do not delay in embracing the spiritual guidance that surrounds you. Open this right now, for procrastination will not save you, and hesitation will not protect you from the lessons and blessings hidden in this farewell. Your heart may rebel, but your soul knows the truth. God says, your intuition is a divine compass, and it will guide you to understanding, even when your mind cannot comprehend. Archangel Michael says, listen closely to the whispers in your spirit, to the sudden urges, to the gentle yet persistent nudges that direct you toward clarity. This farewell is not a random event, it is a divine orchestration, a sacred intervention, and a spiritual awakening that will transform your life in ways you cannot yet imagine. Open your eyes to the subtle messages. God says, every encounter, every word, every silence, and every glance carries meaning. Archangel Michael says, pay attention, for the farewell may come unexpectedly, in a moment that seems ordinary but is charged with extraordinary significance. Do not dismiss intuition, do not ignore the small signs, and do not underestimate the power of divine timing. The person leaving may appear calm, indifferent, or even joyful, masking the gravity of the goodbye. God says, their demeanor is not the truth of what is happening. Archangel Michael says, watch closely, listen carefully, and prepare your spirit for the emotional turbulence that will arrive. What seems like a casual departure is in fact a pivotal spiritual event, designed to awaken you, to purify your soul, and to align you with the next stage of your divine path. Archangel Michael stands before you right now, his wings wide and his eyes filled with urgency, as if the heavens themselves are trembling with the news he bears. God himself has sent this message directly to you, and it cannot wait another moment. Listen carefully, for what I am about to tell you will shake the very foundations of your life. A very big problem is coming your way, and it involves someone you hold dear. This is not a warning to be taken lightly. This is a divine alert, a call to awaken, a celestial push to prepare yourself for what is unavoidable. The person in your life, the one you thought would never leave, is planning to say goodbye forever. You must open your heart to this truth now. Do not delay. Open this message with the understanding that your destiny is about to shift dramatically. God says that for too long, you have been blind to the signs, the subtle hints, and the quiet whispers of your soul. For too long, you have trusted appearances instead of the truth. Archangel Michael tells you, with a voice that booms like the thunder yet pierces like a dagger, that the person you love most will walk away. This is not a matter of anger, not a matter of betrayal, though pain will certainly follow. This is the divine orchestration of your life, the shaping of your spiritual path. You will understand in time, but right now, your only task is to listen, to prepare, and to protect the sanctity of your heart. This person is leaving because the energy between you has reached a crossroads. God says that everything happens for a reason, and nothing occurs outside of His plan. Even the heartbreak you fear is part of a greater design that you cannot yet see. Archangel Michael warns that the departure will be sudden, unexpected, and jarring. It may come as a text, a call, a visit that ends abruptly, or even a silence so loud it shakes your very being. God has given you this message so that you are not caught unaware. You must open this message right now and absorb it fully. The moment is now. Do not hesitate. Archangel Michael continues, his voice echoing in your mind and soul. This is not a test. This is not a dream. This is real, and you must face it with courage. Prepare yourself emotionally and spiritually. Guard your heart and protect your energy, for the departure of this person will trigger a chain reaction in your life. Your home, your work, your relationships, everything will feel the same. You must face the tremors. But fear not, for God is with you, and I, Michael, stand at your side to shield and guide you through this storm. God says that the reason for this departure is not simple. It is layered and complex, intertwined with karmic lessons and soul growth. You may feel anger, resentment, or deep sadness, but these emotions are only temporary. Archangel Michael wants you to understand that the spiritual realm has already set the stage for your healing. The very moment this person leaves, another door will begin to open. One you cannot yet see, one that will bring profound blessings into your life. God says, trust in Him, for He knows what you cannot yet imagine. You might ask, why is this happening to me? Why must I experience such loss? God hears your questions, and His answer is simple. Every experience is an opportunity to elevate your soul. Every heartbreak, every goodbye, every challenge is a divine instrument shaping you into your highest self. Archangel Michael says that your faith will be tested, yes, but it will also be strengthened. You are about to step into a version of yourself that you have never known, resilient, radiant, and profoundly aware of God's presence in every breath. The departure of this person will reveal truths that have been hidden. God says that illusions will fall away, secrets will be exposed, and you will see clearly who truly stands with you and who does not. Archangel Michael urges you to brace yourself for revelations that may feel shocking. You might discover intentions, actions, or hidden motives that were previously invisible. This is the divine unveiling, and it is necessary for your protection and your growth. You are being prepared to receive these truths without succumbing to despair. Right now, God asks you to focus on prayer and meditation. Archangel Michael instructs you to call upon His presence every day. Let Him encircle your spirit with His protective light. Let Him guide your steps, your words, and your decisions. This is not a time for indecision or delay. Open yourself fully to divine guidance, for the choices you make in the coming days will determine how gracefully you navigate this departure. Understand this, the person leaving is not the enemy. Their departure is a necessary act in the grand design. God says that sometimes the people we love most are sent away to allow space for the miracles we need to receive. Archangel Michael assures you that your heart will heal, that your path will become clearer, and that your spiritual strength will grow exponentially. The pain you feel now is temporary, but the wisdom and clarity you gain will last a lifetime. God says this message must be heeded immediately. Do not dismiss it. Do not read it lightly and set it aside. Open it with the awareness that your life is about to change forever. Archangel Michael says that preparation is everything. Begin today to protect your heart, to strengthen your faith, and to set your intentions for clarity and peace. You are being called to rise above fear and embrace the divine plan, even if it feels impossible in this moment. You may feel a heaviness in your chest, a sense of foreboding, or even disbelief. Archangel Michael wants you to recognize these as signs that your soul is awakening to the reality of the situation. God says that awareness is the first step toward transformation. When this person leaves, do not cling to anger or sorrow. Instead, open your arms to the lessons, the insights, and the opportunities that will flood your life in the wake of their departure. This is your moment of spiritual empowerment. God says that while the world may feel uncertain, your inner strength will guide you. Archangel Michael urges you to trust the divine timing. Every tear, every pain of loss, every moment of uncertainty is a seed being planted for a future harvest of your life. You may be the most of joy, abundance, and love that surpasses anything you have yet known. Open this message now. Feel the urgency in Archangel Michael's tone. Recognizes the divine orchestration at play. The person leaving may take with them memories, comfort, or a sense of familiarity, but they cannot take the divine light within you. God says that light will grow stronger, brighter, and more resilient as you navigate this transition. You are being called to stand firm. Do not allow fear to dominate your thoughts. Do not dwell on the pain. Instead, focus on gratitude, on prayer, and on the guidance of Archangel Michael. He is standing beside you, ready to shield you from negativity, to clear your path of obstacles, and to prepare you for the miracles that lie ahead. Remember, God says that endings are never just endings. They are the fertile soil for new beginnings. This departure, as painful as it may seem, is planting the seeds for the life you have always dreamed of, the love that will honor your heart, and the opportunities that will elevate your spirit. The next steps are critical. Archangel Michael urges you to stay vigilant. Observe the signs around you. Notice the subtle messages from the universe, and remain open to divine communication. Do not ignore the nudges, the coincidences, or the gut feelings that arise. They are your spiritual compass, guiding you through this period of transition. God says that in the coming days, you will witness events that will seem beyond comprehension. People will act in ways that surprise you. Situations will unfold that you never anticipated. But remember this, Archangel Michael is with you, and God's plan is perfect. Every twist, turn, and challenge is orchestrated for your highest good. Do not fear the goodbye. Instead, prepare for it with grace. Acknowledge the pain, but do not let it consume you. Trust that the departure is a part of your spiritual evolution. God says that your life is about to enter a chapter of profound transformation, where every moment of loss will give way to moments of extraordinary gain. This is not merely a message. This is a commandment of urgency. Open this now. Accept the reality of what is coming. Prepare your heart, mind, and spirit for a shift that will ripple through every aspect of your life. The person leaving may think they are taking control, but God is in ultimate control. And His plans for you are filled with hope, abundance, and unshakable peace. God says, listen closely, because this message is not like the others you have read. Today, right now, Archangel Michael is standing before you, crying loudly, because the truth is heavy and immediate. He says a very big problem is coming your way, and it will shake your heart if you are not prepared. The person you have trusted, the one you have loved and held close, the one whose presence made your days brighter and your nights calmer, is about to say goodbye forever. This is not a casual farewell. This is final, and the timing is precise, orchestrated by forces you cannot yet see. Open this now and do not delay, because the urgency is real, and God Himself is with you to guide you through what is about to unfold. Archangel Michael says, do not panic. Yes, the news is heavy, yes, the heart may ache, but God has already prepared your path. Nothing will go wrong with you if you stay aligned with His will. Nothing will harm you because God is surrounding you with protection invisible to human eyes. You are safe. You are not alone, but you must trust Him completely. You must pray continuously, speak to Him with faith, and accept His timing, even when it feels impossible to understand. The one leaving your life will not take you out of His plans. God is ensuring that every step is ordered, and although your heart may tremble, your future is secure. The departure of this person is not because of failure or because of a lack of love on your part. God says, some people enter our lives for a season, a reason, and a purpose, and their time is never permanent unless it aligns perfectly with His will. Archangel Michael says that the person leaving has lessons to teach you, experiences to complete elsewhere, or paths to follow that do not involve you. It is painful, yes, but it is necessary. God says the void you feel will soon be filled with blessings, opportunities, and people who reflect His love in ways you cannot yet imagine. Do not allow sorrow to cloud your heart. Instead, open your spirit to the divine wisdom that comes with this separation. God says, when the person says goodbye, do not resist. Archangel Michael is urging you to release them with gratitude. Release them with understanding. Release them with peace. Every farewell contains a hidden gift, a secret opportunity for growth, a chance to align closer with God's purpose for you. You may feel betrayal, confusion, or abandonment, but these emotions are temporary. They are part of the process of letting go. Archangel Michael assures you that in your surrender, divine doors will open that you never even knew existed. Pray, God says, pray without ceasing. Let your voice rise to heaven even if your heart feels broken. Speak your truth, express your fears, express your pain, and then let it all go into God's hands. He will hold you. He will mend what feels torn. He will guide you to the next chapter of your life with precision and care. Archangel Michael says, this is a moment of testing, a moment of faith, and a moment of divine preparation. Those who are shaken by separation but remain in God's trust are those who will emerge stronger, wiser, and closer to their true destiny. God also says, beware of distraction. When this person leaves, others may attempt to fill the space with false comfort, with words that sound sweet but carry hidden intentions. Archangel Michael warns you to remain vigilant, to pray before accepting counsel, to discern truth from illusion. Your safety is both physical and spiritual, and every relationship, every encounter, every message must be filtered through prayer and faith. God will reveal the truth to you, but you must be patient and attentive. This departure is not a punishment, God says. It is a divine recalibration. Archangel Michael says that your heart is being prepared for what is coming next, for what is destined to arrive in your life when you are fully ready. You may feel empty for a moment, you may feel lost, but God assures you that He is filling every gap with His guidance, His protection, and His blessings. Trust this process even when the heart cries out for the familiar. God says, do not mourn the absence, but honor the lessons learned. Every moment with this person was intentional, and every shared experience has strengthened your spirit, whether you knew it at the time or not. Archangel Michael says that holding on to bitterness or resentment will only delay the blessings that are coming. Instead, embrace forgiveness, even if the goodbye is bitter or unexpected. Forgiveness is your shield. Faith is your sword. Prayer is your sanctuary. With these, nothing can harm you, and everything will serve your ultimate good. The timing, God says, is critical. Archangel Michael stresses that the departure is imminent. Do not wait for signs or hints. The moment will arrive suddenly, as life often delivers the unexpected, and you must be ready to respond with grace, with understanding, and with faith. Panic will not serve you. Clarity will. Peace will. Prayer will. Let your actions be guided by divine wisdom rather than fear or anger. God says, you are being protected even now. Invisible forces are surrounding you, shielding your heart, your home, your future, and even the paths of those you love. Archangel Michael is stationed before you like a mighty guardian, warding off harm, guiding you toward choices that align with God's plan, and holding back what could derail your destiny. You are safe. You are watched. You are loved beyond measure. No departure, no betrayal, no momentary loss can diminish your place in God's plan. As this person prepares to leave, God says, take a moment to pray for them too. Send blessings, even silently, even if it is hard. The energy you release into the universe will return to you multiplied. Archangel Michael says, every act of faith, every prayer of love, every moment of surrender is a seed planted for your future prosperity, for your peace, and for your heart's healing. Even pain can become a vessel for divine growth if handled with patience, prayer, and trust. Archangel Michael says, remember that endings are not final unless God intends them to be. Some farewells are temporary, teaching us resilience, patience, and faith. Others are permanent, clearing space for what is far greater than what was lost. God says your heart is strong, your spirit is resilient, and your faith is powerful. Nothing is wasted. Nothing is random. Every tear, every sigh, every prayer is recorded and treasured in heaven, and every experience is used to prepare you for the blessings that are waiting. God says, do not let fear cloud your judgment. When the person leaves, It may be tempting to make hasty decisions, to cling to false hopes, or to chase what has already moved beyond your reach. Archangel Michael commands you to stay grounded, to breathe deeply, to pray continually, and to listen for divine guidance. The universe is responding to your faith, and your choices in this moment will determine the speed and depth of the blessings coming to you. God also says, be aware of your heart's whispers. Sometimes, even when a loved one departs, God places new people, new opportunities, and new revelations in our path. Archangel Michael warns you not to dismiss subtle signs, gentle nudges, or sudden clarity that may guide you to what is meant for you. Your intuition is a gift from God, sharpened through faith, prayer, and attentiveness. Trust it. Follow it. Do not allow grief or desperation to cloud it. The message is urgent, God says, because time is moving quickly. The departure is near. The lessons are immediate. The protection is constant, but your readiness requires conscious engagement with prayer, faith, and divine listening. Archangel Michael says that every moment you spend in preparation, in meditation, in trust, is a moment that will multiply your strength when the moment of separation arrives. Be vigilant, but not anxious. Be prepared, but not fearful. God says, remember that love does not end when presence ends. The love you have for this person, the bond you share, the memories created, all remain sacred. Archangel Michael says that this love will transform, not disappear. It will become wisdom, insight, and divine clarity that guide you toward what is meant to be yours. Your heart is not broken beyond repair. It is being refined, polished, and readied for the next chapter of divine destiny. Finally, God says, you must act now. Open this message fully, absorb it completely, and pray without hesitation. Archangel Michael is at your side, urging you to trust, urging you to let go, urging you to prepare for the next step. Nothing will harm you. You are safe. You are loved. You are protected. Your faith will guide you, your prayers will sustain you, and your heart will heal with divine timing. Open your heart, open your spirit, open your mind. Let go of fear. Let go of doubt. Let go of resistance. Embrace the divine path set before you. Archangel Michael says, this is a moment of transformation, a moment of testing, a moment of divine intervention. Be strong, be prayerful, and be ready. God will be with you. Nothing will go wrong. You are safe. You are loved. You are being guided every step of the way. Pray, trust, and watch as the divine plan unfolds before you. God says, listen carefully, for this message is not like the others you have received. This is urgent, extremely urgent, and it is meant only for you. Archangel Michael himself has come to deliver this warning because the situation unfolds in the way of the divine plan. He is standing beside you even now. Wings spread wide, sword glinting with divine light, and he is crying quietly, not in despair but in urgency, demanding that you open your heart and your mind. You are not alone. 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 There is no need to be a person who has died in despair but in urgency, demanding that you open your heart and your mind to what is about to happen. The person you have trusted, the person you have opened your soul to, the one who has been central to your life, is preparing to say goodbye. This is not a simple farewell, not a casual goodbye that can be patched with promises or explanations. God says that this departure will feel permanent, seismic in its impact, and it is happening for reasons that will shock you if you have not already sensed them. Do not ignore this. Archangel Michael insists that you read this message slowly, deliberately, and with full attention. He says time is crucial because the divine plan is in motion and the choices you make now will determine the flow of events that follow. The very fabric of your life, the patterns of your relationships, the opportunities you have prayed for are all influenced by this moment. God says you have done well in your efforts to remain faithful, to trust, to pray, to live with integrity. Yet even the faithful face trials, and this is your trial. The person leaving, the one saying goodbye, is a catalyst, a test designed to reveal your true strength, your inner reliance on God, and your ability to remain steadfast even when the world around you seems to crumble. God says your first step is not panic. Your first step is prayer. Archangel Michael emphasizes this: do not run from the fear, do not mask the anxiety, do not allow despair to take root in your heart. Instead, kneel, open your hands, and speak,